having him here today really gave me a lot of pleasure, being able to take him around.
If they paid you to do this, you changed your nationality to Chinese. Did you merely want to get in on some sort of economical?
Well,
Is there a reason you keep the pandas separate? Do you plan on retiring anytime soon or at all? Can you tell me why that is? Mr. Zeman, I was born in 2009 and you were in Hong Kong when the handover happened, so I don't know much about what it was like back then, so could you tell me?
well, going up to the handover, because we're going from the British administration to the Chinese administration, of course many people were nervous. They didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what was happening, or what the future would be like. And so many people were worried. At that time, there was a leader in China called Deng Xiaoping, before your time, but he was a brilliant leader. And he said, don't worry everybody, we will have one country, two systems, right? So people started to relax that, oh, we can keep our system, it won't be a problem.
You were born in Germany, raised in Canada,
yeah.
and you changed your nationality to Chinese afterwards.
Right.
What spurred that change? Did you merely want to get in on some sort of economical?
Well, I've done so much for Hong Kong and for China. I've been in China for 45 years. In 2008, I woke up one day, I said, you know what, I want to be Chinese. I mean, I believe very strong in the Chinese culture. I want to change my passport because I believe in the future. I've always, as a businessman, I've always looked to the future, and I really see a great future for China. I want to be part of that team. And so that's why I changed my passport and became Chinese in 2008. And it was a big deal because my nationality actually says Chinese, even though I don't look Chinese, but I am Chinese, same as you.
Is there
Yes.
any other place in Hong Kong where you would feel so attached? If there.
One of the places very close to my heart is Ocean Park.
What do you say contributed the most to your success, aside from yourself?
I think that many people have dreams, but they don't really act upon it.
Okay.
Many people just have an idea and all that, and then they have another idea, and then it just goes away. My success has been making that dream a reality. When I first came to Ocean Park was falling apart. The pavement was broken, the paint was peeling everywhere. It was just really falling apart, and then I saw beauty. I always say, this is a saying that I use many times, I look at things not for what they are, I look at things for what they could be. So I always think different than most people, and those are usually the successful people like Steve Jobs. They see things that other people don't see. Most people look at things, they all see the same thing. I think that's something that you, in your future, should be looking at.
So, Mr. Zeman, do you consider yourself a successful businessman?
Well, it all depends how you define success. Obviously, I've been in business most of my life, from the age of 19, but actually I was doing business when I was 10 years old or 12 years old. And all along, I've built many companies. I've been in many industries. Started off in the fashion industry for many years, and from there developed the Lang Kwai Fong area, and of course, along the way, property development. I would say that I've built a name for myself. Many people recognize me, and I guess that must be a sign of success when people start taking notice of your achievement, of what you've done. I could say I am successful. By the same token, what do you consider to be success?
I think being successful would be being happy with what you've accomplished so far. I mean, famous does not necessarily equal successful. And
True.
it's just a matter of how you think you're happy with your life, then
Exactly.
you're successful.
Well, yeah, that's a very good answer, because basically most people, if they're happy with their life, then they're successful, basically. I think that's really the crux of everything, is really everybody looking for happiness, trying to find happiness. But in the business world, you're usually measured by how well you do or how well you don't do. And that's the way they measure you to be successful.
It's the same thing in school.
Yeah, it's the same in school, exactly. And so as you get older and look at things, you know, always through different eyes, and look beyond what's there and what could it be.
What would you think Hong Kong will become, or was your vision of Hong Kong for the future?
I think that Hong Kong will become stronger and stronger in the future, because, you know, Hong Kong at the moment, we're just 7.5 million people, you know, which is not a big, and we're mostly a service industry right now. Financial services are very, very strong for Hong Kong. But the Chinese government now is talking about something called the Greater Bay Area, GBA, which is something that, I don't know if you've heard about it, but that's really on the horizon for Hong Kong. This is the place to be. I tell all young people from overseas, if I was your age now, I'd be moving to China or looking at Hong Kong, China, because I think really, really that's the future.
Just to be clear, your last name. Thank you. Aden, it is such a pleasure to have met you. You are really a bright young man, and I am sure you will be very successful in the future. I look forward to following your career. Good luck, Allan Zeman. He writes so well, so much better than me. My impression of Allan Zeman would be, first of all, tie wearing. That was already a very wrong impression. He specifically said he would not wear ties. And some serious businessman, like no really fun and play, and the Ocean Park thing would just be for profits rather than entertainment, really. But that really wasn't Allan Zeman. He was a very fun person, and a happy person is a healthy person.
I really enjoyed today because I normally only talk to people younger or the same age as me. I think talking to such an influential person has given me a little insight and thought on the future. I hope we'll meet again someday. Aden Su. I think I'm touched, you know, really and truly. I was impressed with his ability, and it really gives me great confidence for the future of Hong Kong, that we have young people like this that really are so smart and capable. And you know, with Hong Kong's future, with the Greater Bay Area and all the other things that await Hong Kong for a young man his age.
Carrie Lam, I suppose.